Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the African Actions Network to a radio. We are here to discuss an important issue that confronting the country Liberia. Liberia, you may be aware, is located on the west coast of Africa and has a new leadership. And Joseph Boakai is the president of Liberia. So whatever events that is taking place in that country, we attribute those events to his mindset or the mindset of his political party, the United Party. Today we are thinking about about an environmental concern. The government of Liberia has decided to pump water throughout Monrovia from a reservoir. And that is the singular issue we have to discuss today. And to go deep into the discussion, we have invited someone who is an engineer, an environmental engineer, Mr. George Nubo. He's one of such a kind from the Liberian Society who now resides in Philadelphia, the United States. We will hear from Mr. George Nubo. What are some of the environmental concerns about what we are hearing? With that being said, let's welcome Mr. George Nubo. Mr. Nubo, welcome to a radio. You are not a stranger here. How do you do today?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm George Nubo. I'm a civil and environmental engineer. I started my technology courses at Tokman College of Technology. There, after graduation, I became teaching assistant. And I was given 2 courses to teach, 2 or 3. That was surveying, water supply, and highway. And from there, I came to the US to further my education. I have my bachelor in civil engineering structures. I have my master in civil environmental engineering. And currently, I'm one of the environmental engineers for the city of Philadelphia. So that is my background. And with respect to the current issue, I was taken aback. In fact, let me come with a disclaimer.
Okay.
The John Molu group that raised thousands of dollars, to be specific, $347,000 for Joe Boakai election. I chair it. So I'm not here to criticize Joe Boakai, but I'm here to criticize what Liberians are celebrating.
But before you proceed, Mr. Nubo, that's a piece of information that we want to clear that off the road while we go ahead into this environmental issue. It is then a hard fact that it is you all that brought into power the Joseph Boakai-led government. So you all should be in the business of advising, advocating, and making sure that the government works. So it wouldn't be a mistake. I don't think Liberians should be more concerned that we brought in the government, so anything wrong, we have to support it or we have to get it done. I'm saying this to the point where your disclaimer, for the just cost, if there are water pumped into Liberia from the reservoir and there are environmental concerns, and you find yourself in your field of study, you are a professional in the field
Yes.
of making sure we understand the nature of harm. So I don't think this is not political. This is purely academic or professional discussion. I think you agree with me that there's not. It
Okay.
doesn't. I mean,
Okay. Thank you.
the disclaimer. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the disclaimer is there because somebody will say, look, that you people selected Boakai, and this is going on within the Boakai government. Yes, we selected Boakai, but this cannot be discussed behind closed door because
Okay.
it affects humanity. So that's
Right.
why I am here.
Okay. With that said, let's go straight into this business. What is this all about? This news about reservoir pumping
Okay.
water into Monrovia. What's the basic information that you have gotten so far before we go into the issues that are concerned with health hazard?
Well, the information I have gotten actually is from Mo Ali himself. He said since 1992, that's about 32 years ago, a pipe sitting in the ground, there will be corrosion. That time we're not using PVC, pipes.
Okay. Mr. Number, you are freezing, and I hope.
Yes, I don't know why.
Well, just
And
check your. Well, Mr.
and
Number is.
they went and repaired the pipe from the reservoir to the ground. I think the repair cost $42,000.
Okay.
I don't know who did the work. I don't know if it is water and sewer or outside vendor. I was checking to see these things that going on to see, if they have procurement officer. But when the water issue started 2 weeks ago, that's the time they put ad up at Water and Sewer website for procurement officer. And 4 days ago, they put another one up for procurement officer. So the risk in it is that, let me give example. I think you remember the Flint, Michigan crisis, where the city changed their source that they get water from to Flint River, but the water from the river to the treatment plant was not treated. So that water created corrosion between the river and the treatment plant. And that led to lead going into homes. And that created a crisis. The people of Flint, predominantly Black people, they sued the government. I don't know if anybody can sue the government.
Yeah.
They were awarded $626,000 or $1 million. So that is the situation here. And a day ago, it said Mo Ali started telling the people not to drink the water.
Now
That
that's something we
water is not safe. That water is not safe. Yes,
okay.
go ahead.
But this is a very serious issue that you are raising, and as someone who is really um, aware of Liberia, when Liberia was built, most of us were not born, especially so Monrovia. When I was born in Monrovia, we had water running throughout the city of Monrovia. All right. I lived around the BTC before, and we had even chlorine we used to smell the chlorine in the water. All right. So
Yes,
if
that was
there is,
dangerous.
all right. So we come to the point where after a civil war, we don't want Liberians to start to experience um, environmental problem wherein people either you drink the water, you get sick, or you bath for the water, you get sick. Now, the issue that I want you to clearly define is this reservoir. Is it a reservoir that was created by the Burkess government, or is it a reservoir that was created in the past? I don't understand. I'm sure our listener also will want to get some detail of that before we move forward.
I think, I think the reservoir has been there for maybe 50 years or more. And so are the pipes.
Hmm.
So, uh, according to Mo Ali, they stopped using the reservoir in 1992. So everything, including the pipes, they are contaminated. And I wonder if they contacted the the EPA of Liberia, if they contacted them, because EPA is supposed to give them the go ahead before they pump water.
That's correct. That's correct. And so, so,
And
so
I
for
know
your internet is dragging. So I don't know what is actually happening. But the EPA, Mo Ali, if Mo Ali is giving instruction, or his institution is giving instruction for the water to be pumped through Monrovia, now you are saying that there's information that they have told the public not to use the water. Now, the first thing is it possible that it can stop the water from running through the city if they feel very strongly that the water is not it's not good, it's not healthy for Liberians to start using the water, because it's not just about drinking the water. I was reading something about rust.
taking
You
back with
know,
it too.
yes. So when you
Yes,
take bath with, when you see the water and you know it's contaminated, even by taking bath with the water, it get problem. So is it possible that the government,
yes.
realizing that this is a wrong decision, that it can stop the water from flowing?
I don't know the mandate of EPA, but EPA right here in Philadelphia, EPA come and monthly check the water that is supplied
Right.
to homes.
Hmm.
So I feel that EPA of Liberia should have the power to test the
Okay.
water every month. And even when they are rolling out project like this, EPA has to be in the middle. And it should have been EPA to tell the Liberian people that do not take bath with the water, do not drink the water. So I don't know what the mandate is, but I don't think the EPA. I'm not criticizing them, but I don't think they are doing their duties. That happened years ago, early
Hmm.
administration, when Simeco grabs asbestos or zinc in those community. They did not even know where they were burying the ashes from the people who were cremated, Ebola victims. They did not say anything when they went to the Bali Island. So EPA is not functioning. Not only during the WIA government or during the Waka government, but through our Ellen government, WIA government, and now it is Boakai.
So the government now has a responsibility to save Liberia. That's the first thing the government is supposed to do. Now, with this issue, do you have fear that...
Well, let me cut you off. You cannot say that when the vice president of the country went there to cut the ribbon.
Yeah, but they right. So that's what I said. I mean, they have a responsibility. Now with all of the action taken from the government, whether the vice president went and cut the ribbon, can the government, can the people of Liberia, civil society organizations or media institutions or in a group of Liberians go ahead and file a lawsuit to stop the government from doing what they're doing, so as to not wait until the damage is done? Because if Liberians are drinking the water, if people in Monrovia are drinking the water, because we know how desperate people are, the ordinary people are not going to be asking the question that you myself will be asking: is the water safe? Is it safe for drinking? Is it safe for taking?
Jensen, you are right. These people that tank or cold water,
right?
I know they have already sold several bags from that contaminated water. So,
wow. So then
I'm not blaming everybody. I'm not blaming everybody. This is like in the Bible. Where they were saying, can any good thing come from Nazareth? So at least people were hearing good thing coming from Boaka government. I think that's why they were celebrating. And they didn't know the danger ahead. So local people that were in the water, drinking the water, on that day, I'm not blaming them. They didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, because the government should, before they even can pump water into the communities, they're supposed to make sure that the community is safe. Liberians, ordinary people who probably are yearning for these kind of services, potable water, electricity, good roads, they're not going to ask questions whether government, ensure that the water the pumping into the different communities are safe. So a government cannot do it. My concern is now, can civil society organizations and someone like you, get involved and stop the government from doing what they're doing?
Well, I cannot stop the government. Even the peasant Liberians, they will say, where the other papa coming from? This is not America. So I think the civil society organizations on the ground should be the first to give it a shot. That include the human rights groups, the women group. Who knows if lead is in this water here? It affects pregnant women. It damages the brain of children under 7.
Wow. So I mean, this is a very
lead destroyed the Roman Empire because they were distilling this rum, and the rum ran through a lead pipe. That lead led to or narrow burning the city of Rome because he wanted to see something. He was bold. So that is the danger we put ourselves in.
So do you think Barker is going to take an action? I mean, I know you are not in his mind, neither are you in his government. But do you think Barker will see the danger of this decision and will stop the entity that is responsible, Mo Ali and all of his group, to stop them from doing what they're doing? You think Barker is actually concerned?
Well, I cannot read his mind, but it takes him forever to take action. So I don't feel that I know he will take action.
Okay, but let's look a little further into your professional background. The issue of lead and iron being found in this world. How do the ordinary people? Is there any way in which we can see the water, the commoners, to see the water and say the water is not good for drinking, is not good for shower? Is there any way that Liberian people can determine?
No, they cannot determine. When we moved here, I know you visited my place. When we moved here, I bought a water treatment set from Amazon, $21. I gave it to my daughter to test the water here. And even though we don't drink the water, but she tested it and the result was negative. But you are in Liberia, you cannot do that. So the group that I feel that people should rely on, I don't know even if they have the technology, would be the Environmental Protection Agency. They're supposed to test the water here. Every complaint that have a large generator, they're supposed to register that and go there and test that generator every year. That's for air. This one, the one we're talking about, is for water.
Right.
And that's what will protect our lives. But nothing like that coming from EPA. I'm not criticizing them. I'm telling them that these things are supposed to be coming from them.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Mr. George Nubo. He is an environmental engineer. And today we are looking at the government's action. Government has started to pump water into central Monrovia. And that is an issue because the reservoir they are relying on, it is said, or it is presumed that they are pumping the water through the rusted pipes. The pipes are being underground, under the different streets of Monrovia for years. Since the 80s, there has been no change of those pipes. So to pass water or to pump water through these pipes, that's the reason why Mr. Nubo has decided to raise this concern, and it should be the concern for everyone, not just Mr. Nubo, but any of you well-meaning Liberians, especially so Mr. Joseph Barker, President Joseph Barker, who now steers the ship of the country. If you have any question or concern, you can just drop a comment. We'll appreciate it. But Mr. Nubo, this is the point. I'm more concerned about the children, the old folks, and generally the Liberians. Water, Liberia, one of the major reasons for a rescue team should have been to look at the hydro. And even if you had a hydro done, you need to change those pipes, or you need to have an investigation to understand whether the pipes that are running under the ground from the time some of us were ever born, to make a determination whether it's safe to even pump water. Because if you don't do that, can there be a lawsuit that can compel the government to do it? Because I'm asking this question continuously because a bucket cannot stop Mo Ali and his group from doing what they're doing. That means they're endangering the people of Liberia. Now with lead, you said it can get brain damage. And I was reading something about iron. Iron can be found in rusted pipes. So when those things are
Yes.
found, it affects the human structure, I mean the human body. And that is a major serious concern. So you as an engineer, have you ever, I mean, as someone who from Liberia with a kind of a rich background, have you ever thought to contact the environmental group or contact the Mo Ali or somebody with, because you are a creator of the bucket government? Have you
Mhm.
ever thought to contact any of those people and raise this issue with them?
Well,
Or you think this is the
well,
best thing to do?
to be frank with you, no, I have not called Dr. Yagbawo,
Okay.
but I think I will reach out to him, and I mean, we can have a conversation
Okay. That sounds good.
uh, about some of the things that were not done in the past that
That
need to
would be
be
after the
done.
fight, right?
And and
That would be after the fight.
what did you say?
That would be after the
Yeah, that will
fight
be
because the
after the fact.
okay.
That will be after a fact. But did you and myself get to know last month that they were going to pump no contaminated water into central Monrovia? We didn't know.
That's true. That's true. In fact, the
We didn't
obligation
know.
is not on you. I'm just asking
We
you
got to
as a
know.
citizen.
In fact,
Hmm.
I believe the EPA even got to know after they pumped the water.
And
So
that
so
is
that's
sad. That is
why
sad.
I, that's why I'm treating it carefully, because I know how things work in Liberia. I know EPA did not know about it. But if the EPA did not have that in their MOD, the name to put the treatment, if they do no the test, if they do not have the testing materials, they can look outside. Some international environmental agency can give them that, and they go and test the water. Because in Monrovia, sometimes when it rains, you see a muddy water coming through your
Right,
pipe,
right,
and it is
right.
EPA responsibility to make sure that that does not happen.
So that would suggest to us that the government is not even having a coordinating discussion and cabinet. These are issues that should be captured by the president or the presidential affairs minister who will raise those issues in the cabinet, and they can supposed to discuss and advise, properly. But besides Dr. Jack Paulo, who is uh, at the environmental agency, do you know of any engineer, someone who has an engineer background that can be able to advise the government?
Here in the US,
No, in Liberia, if you know of any,
in
because I think you
Liberia,
should have.
I don't know any environmental engineer there. Somebody told me about one dual bullet, but uh, I don't know his background.
Hmm,
Um, but here there are several environmental engineers that
okay.
can also intervene.
So when
I mean,
the government can also outsource or hire some of these engineers to go to Liberia and help the
I
situation.
don't know. Here they say Water and Sewer Corporation is empowered to construct, install, establish, operate, manage, and supply to all parts of Liberia safe drinking water and perform all sewage services, as well as maintain such water and sewer facility. So who did they pay the $42,000 to repair the pipe?
That's a I took a phrase from just what you read: safe drinking water.
It's from the act
Yeah,
creating them.
yeah, and that's what I think the legislature, the committee on water, and I don't know how they call it, water and sewer. I think the committee in
Water
both
and Sewer
houses.
Corporation.
Okay, the committee in both houses, the House of Senate and the House of Representatives, I think this should be a concern for them likewise, because if there's a statute that is not being adhered to, then of course they need to cite the leadership of water and sewer so
Yeah,
that they can make sure that Liberians are not affected as a result of a poor decision. So we also think that Mo Ali, being the head of that sector, he has an obligation. If what you're saying is true that they have told Liberians not to drink the water, I think they should be talking about
yeah.
stopping this water and then finding a better way as to how you can provide safe drinking water to Liberians.
They should have run tests from the get-go and then started, because they are not to do coagulation at the Duco plant. Started treating it, because when you pump the water, it comes with residue chlorine
Right.
to kill all the little germs in a way. So they should have started treating the water from the Duco reservoir until they are satisfied with the result before asking the public to do anything
Oh,
with it. Even
I was
if
reading
you
that.
are washing your clothes, if you
Mhm.
are washing your clothes and you have a sore on your hand, that contaminant will enter your body.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
I
how
was
dangerous.
wow. I was reading and I understood that in fact the any rusty pipes that have been underground for years, like Liberia said, about 111 miles radius,
Mhm.
throughout Monrovia, pipes have been run
Yes,
throughout those the city, and those pipes, the fact that they are not being monitored to be changed, it means there is rust, very likely rust in those pipes. And if you even decided to, like you say, you put chlorine or whatever is the treatment and you flush it out, there are bacteria
uh-huh.
that grows from the rust. The rust. I didn't know that. But then
Yes,
those bacteria that grow, they are
yes.
so harmful and they are very hard to be killed.
And the
And so
bacteria
those,
include lead.
okay, yeah, I think I
The
remember. I
contaminant
remember.
include lead.
I remember even. I remember even in America, a few months ago, they were raising. I think there's an area. I can't remember the facts really. There's an area where the government, I think the state of Philadelphia, were talking about some water that is being contaminated with lead, and so the government is
Yeah,
concerned. Yeah.
Philadelphia and also Camden.
Okay. Yeah, I think at the
Yeah.
countdown story that me have
Mhm.
heard first. So with this thing being said, what is the the probability of providing now? This is not your area. You're not in government, so it's difficult that I will ask you this question. But you being someone who been into government for a long time, can that be um I was looking at I'm thinking about a transparent process. Who can checkmate? And I know that's solely the legislature. It is they who supposed to checkmate how you call the fellow Mo Ali and his group. So the legislature, if they can't do it,
Mhm.
the only group that I think we can really call on them to do would be civil society organizations and pro democracy groups that can really take this action. But we don't want the harm to really continue, because almost every Liberian gets a relative, whether you outside of Liberia, you get a relative right in Monrovia there. And so when people start drinking the water, because definitely imagine a child who is selling in the street,
Well,
and is thirsty and has probably no money, and there's water running through the pipe. That child is going to drink the water. The child doesn't care whether they will get cancer, they will get, And in fact, let me ask you this thing: can we relate this whole issue to
Yeah.
cancer? Probably.
I,
Hmm.
oh, well, there is possibility. A pipe that lay there for 32 years.
Hmm.
There are all kinds of things because
Right.
the diseases, they have relatives too.
Right.
And they won't come and say, "Oh, I'm letting or I'm selling this. I can give you this thing here," and they come and jump on us. I mean,
Hmm.
I the civil society, I'm very careful.
Yeah.
I don't want to appear here that appear in the past on your show going after the lawyers, civil
No, you can go
society.
ahead. No, no. I
Boaka,
mean, you know what?
Boaka reached out to the civil society, but they rent here for asset recovery. The woman who spearheaded it is from the civil society. So
Hmm.
it's hard to find somebody to trust, to find an organization to trust in Liberia.
Hmm.
And you know, you and myself, we talked to Mountain Cloud, right? Cloud Mountain.
Right.
And see what happened. They are fighting among themselves for power. So no, that's why I don't want to mention them. Because when I mention them and something comes out wrong, or people will be pointing fingers to me. As people are pointing fingers to me, for financing Joe Boakai, and Joe Boakai cannot deliver what he promised the people.
Yeah, that man, myself will point finger to you because you know for sure. If
I
you
know.
know, and yeah, that is the problem we all
I
have
know
had.
what you and myself have gone through.
Yeah. So I mean, this issue we don't know whether we can get to someone like Moali. Sometimes you call these people, they shy away from this stuff. But honestly, I've not reached out to him. But I will make an effort this week, the coming week, to see if I can get hold of him and see whether he can appear to have some clarification from his end, because
Yeah.
it is not just something common. This is I remember there was some spill over the ocean. I think from Freeport or behind there, for I think some few years ago, not even, I think 3 or 4 years ago or so. And the people of Clarendon were not Clarendon, Vartan. People of Vartan, they all were going on the water trying to get the fuel that was floating over the ocean, and that was
Right.
that was a concern that people had. So with the kind of environmental issues, there should be experts, and that's why I always think, why can't Liberia train people, pay money to people, train them, or you want to appoint government officials, you find qualified people, right? It doesn't mean because people are running political noise or political party and you just bring them into government. I don't know more at least specialty, but I'm concerned because we have taken those decisions. We don't have let's say me, I don't have
I heard I
the
heard that he was with an NGO or called Watch, and they sent them for a workshop to Europe. And he explained that they call him Chemical Ali because he was mixing the Nikon product with water. They put a make high power gold medal, and yes, he
so
said there
now
he got the
so from the workshop now he's an expert on environmental science or whatever, that has to do with the environment, and
Yeah.
that's why he's placed over water and sewer. I do not think.
Anyway, Liberian people will tell you it is administrative position. That's what
But I
they will
think
tell you up front.
that's the wrong perception, right? Political position doesn't mean that, and that's Liberia's problem. People have
Mhm.
decided to negate or brush aside education and feel that anybody can do anything. Now, this is something like you are almost like killing a group of Liberians indirectly,
Yeah.
and you don't know the effect. Maybe Burger government will be out of the scene years from now. And the people of Liberia probably, you don't know, we just assume. Why if 4, 5, 10 years from now, people start developing cancer all over the place? Then people cannot know the cause of cancer. Why if people start having itches all on their body and people cannot find what is the problem? Maybe I went to Monrovia and took bath with some water, and then I have some little craziness on me. I've tried to find, I can't get, maybe I come to America and say, oh, what you have in here is a symptom of a cancer. What do I do? Who do I blame? Who do I
Well,
sue?
well, if you do not come to America and you are in Liberia,
Your business is done. That's why you want to
they
say,
will say
right?
that voodoo.
Yeah, the man,
They
I
will say
wish,
that voodoo. Somebody, George Nubo looking at you when you came to the party, that George Nubo throw the voodoo on you. They will not put it on
and
a water thing, though.
yeah, because I mean, that's what society is all about. When you have fewer people that are enlightened, you should take advantage and make sure that
Yes.
you have, qualified people to advise and to take actions that can be better for the citizenry. Other than that, you'll be killing the state. The Bible says, for lack of knowledge, my people perish. And that could be some of the situation we find right now. People who supposed to be taking before, like you said, just that alone, I understand that, look, take your time and flush things out. Find engineers who are going to be advising, okay, we have the pipe underwater.
Yes.
There are segments of the country where we probably can say, well, these pipes still good, this pipe not good, whatever the situation is. You do a massive digging of these pipe that, if I mean, this is just a conversational aspect of the show, right? Liberia, the water and sewer, they should have had a strategic plan for that institution. How do you intend to get water? How do you intend to get a sewage system fixed? How do you intend to relook at infrastructure? When I listen to Biden says what? Right now in Philadelphia, the people are digging most of the pipes out. It's because they have to replant, dig out the old stuff and plant the new one or put new stuff there. So Waka should know that even his 100, I'm not saying 100, his 42
The
plus years in the government,
new one.
yeah, he won't. But this is the issue. Why is he not thinking about the city? Forget about individual he's appointing. But Waka should know that pipes on the streets at this time of his government, those pipes, you're supposed to have a rescue plan for that. If he doesn't have a rescue plan,
Yeah.
and then Mo Ali is taking action, we directly or indirectly can blame Baka for this kind of a decision, don't we?
Yes. 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 I agree.
So
We
then
can blame water.
so we hope
I
that
mean,
Baka,
I feel that when these people are making the decisions, I feel that they contact him. That
right,
because it is not only man hours they are using, they are using the resources of the
right,
government.
budgetary allocation,
The fertilizer, not fertilizer, the chlorine and coagulant issue just recently. And he, Mo Ali, the boss, and a procurement officer led to this confusion here. And I decided to go on their website to see the role of their procurement officer.
What you
And
found?
they don't have a procurement officer. When this thing started, the more Ali gave contract to his friend and to his company or what have you, I went there. They said because the managing director is not the one to go around and look for bait. It's the
Right.
procurement officer.
Right.
And they didn't have procurement officer. Today, they don't have procurement officer.
So Mo Ali is running the show
And
all by
that
himself.
is trouble. Yes. For a briefcase.
That's another.
Yeah.
But that's the
Liberian
kind of
people will
risky.
be mad. Liberian people will be mad for somebody they have been celebrating for the few days. For me to talk like this about him. Mo Ali, I mean, I call him my Peking. When he came here to Atlanta during the campaign, we all were involved.
So you all are responsible. You all are responsible.
I was there. I was part of the celebration.
Why you didn't accept? Why you didn't accept to go to Liberia to do, provide service? I mean, you can't be in America. It's really resign from the city of Philadelphia, the government of Philadelphia, or Pennsylvania, and go to Liberia and work. Why don't you go
I do what?
To go work?
I do that. What? And run behind Joseph Walker for job?
Well, I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure. This is not a political topic here, but I would think the fact that you were in the one of the senior campaign, because you were chairing the resources, the financial means as to how to make Barker president. I see no reason why you couldn't accept to go to that better work. I say you're telling me that Barker did not look to your direction. Then of course that's something that we can look at. But this is where we think.
Oh, I personally was not ready to go. But I don't think Joe Walker reached out to us or to me about members who wanted to change Liberia if they wanted to go. That offer was not made. So, I mean, I will go to Liberia on my own terms. I'm not going there to work for government. I have my own plan. And even if it means to go from village to village and educate our people, I can do that.
That is news. Because if some of you were in the background, generating resources for Barker's campaign, and he has not reached out to any of you, that suggests probably he don't trust you guys, or maybe there was something went wrong, so he doesn't want to look up to you guys. Can we surmise?
Because as I said before, maybe the Unity Party people telling him, this is Liberia, don't people got American ideas.
Yeah, it's also possible. But Mr. Nubo, we want to say,
remember I told you earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Mr. Jensen, the issue we have treated tonight is not ordinary issue.
Right.
It is issue that affects the health of our people. And I was saddened when I saw people jumping in the water, and it was made worse when I heard that Mo Ali said days after, when Mo Ali said that people should not drink the water.
That's very
Something that he should have said from the get-go. He
advertise.
forgot.
Yeah, inform the Liberian people sufficient of where you can pump the water.
And our president did not say anything against that, because his handlers did not give him the right information. Our VP went there for the ribbon cutting because they gave him the wrong information. Is this the society? Is this how we're going to build Liberia? Hell no. The civil society. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Civil society.
I got 30 seconds.
No, we have about 9 more minutes here.
Okay, the civil society you talk about, they are in it for what they can get.
Property.
Either from the government or by hook or crook. So, I mean, Liberia, it's hard to predict. Maybe we need to find the ethical people in the world, or ethical Liberians, to start with kindergarten school to teach ethics.
I agree. There must be some massive reform.
The nation is contaminated with unethical behavior, from the president down to the cleaner.
No get angry now because I am president.
No, I won't get in trouble for anything. I'm telling everybody the truth.
It's a serious matter, Mr. Nubo. I wouldn't blame you getting angry, and I think that's what people should do. It's not because you brought government into power. That's what I respect. Let me be honest. Not because you're sitting here, because it's not because you bring someone to power or you help someone to get elected, so you should deceive Liberians, or you all should sit and look at the wrong thing. The thing we're discussing will affect even the Mo Ali, or affect some relative or friends of his. It will affect Joseph Boga and some other group. It will affect the ministers, those who are in government. They should be the one raising the kind of an issue. I don't think anybody in cabinet should sit and see this kind of situation and don't talk about it. Because it's if you love Liberian, these are the way in which you show that you love Liberians. You should be beating your chest in cabinet and saying, Mr. President, this is not good. Write the president of communication, surfing. Mr. President, Mo Ali took the decision. Or legislators, they should be calling Mo Ali and say, why did you take the decision? Why are you supplying water through this kind of a system? The country is still in the situation where you have not treated those. You have the right that say you have all right to look at those things to fix it. You didn't fix it, stop pumping water. Then after the people start bringing the water and taking bath and maybe making business out of it, then you come and say people not drink it.
Making color.
Right.
Mommy put a pepper, making all those things.
And not know they have problem associated. But I think this is a good discussion. I'm saying good in the sense where some of you would raise this issue, and we want to call on well-meaning Liberians to join this debate. The media institutions, they themselves, they shouldn't see water and say, "Oh, I know that's what Liberian people are saying now. Oh, we get water now. Well, there's all around the place." But you don't ask the technical question, and like you said, we can't blame the ordinary people because they don't know. They just see that pureness of the water. They say water is good. You feed the water, you see that. They don't even know that something.
People were saying water is life. Okay, if water is life, what about contaminated water? Is it life?
When I studied chemistry, I was learning something about high water. These are water that is unpurified. You just can't take this water, like for example, the rivers. You go take water from the river and drink it. You say, "Oh, the one I just need water to drink." So there's no secret that there's a problem. From what you have seen, from what we are hearing, that you have heard from the Mo Ali man himself saying those things. As I said, we will try our best to see whether we can contact him this week. I said he refuses, or we can get to him enough, that will be an issue. But I want him to come and say why they are taking such a decision and whether they realize the risk, and to see why they even stop telling Liberians not to drink the water this time around when they know the harm is already done. What are the remedy? Why is somebody, I can tell people.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. And you also need to reach out to the EPA.
Yes, yeah, EPA. Definitely. I think I will try. I will try to get
in here.
Yes, definitely. I will have. Yeah, I definitely will have to. I will do what I can to see.
These are the people we depend on to protect us.
Right.
Protect our health, the health of the water, the health of the air we breathe, and our health. That is the EPA. So no EPA.
But the EPA, master. I think I need to get to the EPA because even the MCC, when we were burning garbage, they said there's a place where they used to take to take the trash from the city, and there was an announcement that they were not collecting the trash because the place where they used to carry the trash caught a fire. So I said to myself, why would anybody make that kind of decision and make pronouncement out of it? Because if you put dirt somewhere and there's fire in the dirt, then the pollutant, that air that's coming out of there is not good for the population. You should be talking about cutting the fire off.
James, let me tell you, Liberia as a whole does not have any solid waste plan. It's only the city of Monrovia. Like the recycling or non-recycling solid waste disposal in Waytown. And I'm supposed to be there. That's a residential area.
And that's what I'm saying.
And people are getting sick around Waytown.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the point of
I talked with one of my friends when George we are going coming. and a friend said, "Oh, could you say we're going to 15 gate to look for waste disposal?" I said, that thing not supposed to be done by city mayor and supposed to be done by engineers.
Right.
And because they know where a waste disposal site is supposed to be. So I think it is a learning process. And
Liberians, most Liberians will get affected before they can even try to find solution to those things. Because if you cannot get experts, to properly advise, and you are in that team, that's what I was talking about. Even that how you call him? Jack Paulo. Yeah, I think this is where he's supposed to actually put his feet down too, to help the government. If some of these people are taking actions that have long-term consequences, I think he should be able to speak on these things. I think he should be an advisor in the area, and not for other than to sit, and then when something goes wrong like this, except when he's not in knowledge of it.
If this action was in America,
there will going to be a lawsuit.
Was going to impose fine.
Yeah,
on
would have been
water and sewer. And then And then people are going to be fighting Dr. Yakbawuru now.
No,
More
but Jaguar shouldn't be
educated
afraid.
do thing here, and then he want to go.
But I don't think that the Jaguar will. Anyway, let me not jump the gun. Okay, let me see first and get to him and see whether we can, if
Maybe he
necessary, see
was
whether.
informed.
Yeah, let me see what I can get to him, and then probably we can follow the discussion. But Mr. Number, it was a
Okay.
nice time having you. We
Yes.
will appreciate your closing comment.
It's my
Your closing,
pleasure here.
your closing
I
comment. Your
enjoy.
closing comment.
Well, I want to tell Liberians that some of us are here because we have the eyes to see for them.
Okay.
We are not against them. We are just out there to see any bad coming for them. And the people stealing money from how to repair or iron pipe to bring the welding machine and the stick and weld it to close the leak. How that would cost $42,000. That $42,000 should have gone to you. The people of water or of the water supply, they are to install all these things here. They are doing their job for you. And then they are charging the government. So the money that was to come to you for the government to pay a wire fee, for the government to send your child to school, Mo Ali can wipe out everything.
I think that's an accusation, right? And I think let's give more Ali the
That's
opportunity.
an accusation. But that $42,000 should have been used elsewhere.
No, I think more
And
Ali.
you were there saying, I'm not, hold on, I'm not threatening you. I'm doing my closing argument now.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the coming months, I'm not threatening you too, the Liberians. You will get sick from the fiasco that just took place downtown Monrovia.
Okay.
So this is why I took my time to come here and explain to you what I know through my training and to tell you that I think that celebration you went through will down the line hurt you people.
Okay.
And I rest my case.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the voice of Mr. George Nomo, an environmental engineer. He's working for the state of Philadelphia in the United States, but he has vested interest in Liberia, and he's raising a very serious issue today. And we want all Liberians, those of you who are in civil society and media institutions, to also begin to look at the action from the Water and Sewer Corporation in Liberia, because this bothers everybody. If it is not you, it's a relative. It's about water. You can't control water. When water is flowing through the pipes, you have marketeers that are drinking it. You have business people that want to make some profit. You have everybody begin to use the water. And that can cause not the immediate, but a very serious health problem for most of the users. So we called you all and to see how best you can take actions that would be necessary. And some of you can reach your government officials. More Ali, we probably can do the best to save Liberia. So until then, this is the how we come to the close of the program. And Mr. Nubo, we want to say thank you so much for coming. It was a pleasure to have you. Until next time, we say, well, be there for Liberians and for the poor people who cannot speak for themselves. This is the African Action Network, 2A Radio. We are glad to be here, and we'll always be here to speak for you all who cannot speak for yourself, especially so those who get the authority and are trained to speak. Until then, this is how we come to the close of the program today. Thank you, and have a pleasant and wonderful.